Fernando Martin Borgy Marcos Manotoc.
May I begin by extending my warmest greetings to the administration, headed by, of course, your founder, Dr. Malinao, and your president, Mr. Ryan Malinao. Your vice president, thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. I think I'll tell you more about my mother that isn't on the script. Vice President Ms. Zenaida Encarnacion, and your board of directors, Evangeline Declaro, Nicanor Declaro, Nympha Cabali, Manuel Encarnacion, Violeta G. Malinao. And of course, to the students, stakeholders, parents, and guardians, and most especially the 2019 graduating class of Colegio de Porta VAGA. Please give yourselves a hand. This is a proud moment that we are privileged to share with you. This institution clearly caters to the holistic and total transformation of its students and graduates. Just sitting here alongside your faculty and administration, I feel the passion, the honesty, and the real love for the growth and development of our people and our youth. I am certain that the years past have successfully molded you to be proactive agents of change, competent, and skillful to a global standard. I, myself, like most of you, began my education with my parents. My mother, a devout academic, sometimes even says she prefers books to people. My father, if some of you may know, has more of a leisurely history with sports, and he would really connote the balance in life. So I was very lucky to understand the importance of academics as well as more well-rounded groups of activities. It was very interesting growing up, traveling around the world and seeing different things in different cultures. Moving to the Philippines was something for me that changed everything. Understanding what it is to be Filipino, you can't know it until you're part of it. And as I watched my mother in the last decade take on the role as a governor of Ilocos Norte, she taught me a lot about what it's like to understand people and to represent people that you may not necessarily have been born with, that you may not necessarily have been raised with. And so I'd like to share some of those points with you here today. Firstly, you must believe in and know the people you serve. As you can see from your faculty and administration, they know your problems, they know your life, they're here to help. And in public service, you can't even begin without understanding first who you represent and who you are to help. Myself being sometimes what I call a fake Filipino, speaking Tagalog terribly and Ilocano even worse. I sometimes feel at a loss of my identity when people ask, where are you from and where were you raised? But at the end of the day, I know there are so many parts of me that are Filipino that I cannot deny. Funny things like the way I point with my lips and make some silly noises sometimes, and I completely understand now why I was different growing up, because I've found my home again. And through public service, my mother has taught me that understanding people is the key to any vocation in life. Whatever you choose, whatever industry you want to be successful in, if you don't understand people, then you will be struggling. Secondly, wherever life leads you, whatever types of situations you find yourself in, don't just work hard, but work smart. Yeah. Watching my mother, I mean, right now as we speak, people ask me, where is she? Every day she's in 3 different cities, running around. I really don't know half the time. And I think in those situations, when you start your life, the workforce like you are today, you think that hard work is that's all it takes. But in reality, life is long, and you need to survive. And you need to pace yourself, you need to work smart. You need to understand your strengths, your weaknesses, so you can fulfill your potential, not just work hard. It's all about direction, something I learned maybe later on in my life, but something that thankfully I did. Thirdly, to build on good and traditional solutions. We have a rich history, the culture. We have so much originality in Southeast Asia. We are completely unique in the world. I also consider us to be one of the most unique cultural mixes I've ever seen. Where will you see Spanish, Chinese, Malay, everything is represented, as well as all the Western culture here in 7,000 islands in the middle of the Pacific. It's a unique place. It's quite a paradise. And so we have to know that in order to improve, we have to see what has worked and tried and tested. And education and migration has been something, at least for Ilocos Norte, has been the cornerstone of growth. And so for yourselves, as you plan your lives, as you strategize how you will build, remember that, know who you are, be honest with yourselves, and you will be able to find the right path. And this brings me to my fourth and last point. Wherever you go, be innovative and redefine development. I've lived in the Philippines for over a decade, and this is the most exciting time I have seen. And it's wonderful for us as a generation because there's so many options. There's untapped potential everywhere. There are excited people here to support you. You have this wonderful school that you're now not just leaving, but you're going to be forever part of. And they will be here for you in whatever you choose in life. And it's very exciting, but you always have to remember that you are an individual. And as your president mentioned, that you can contribute. It's not just about today, it's about what your life will be worth. Who will you be? Will you represent? What will come after you? And those are the big questions. I'm 35 now. Oh. I still vaguely remember sitting in those seats. But yes, it's been a long time. And still, I feel like I have more of an idea of myself and what I want to do in life, but don't be scared to be lost. That's part of life. We all need to struggle, we all need to suffer, and the answers aren't always there right away, but they come. You have to believe, you have a strong foundation now that you will succeed, and you will get what you deserve in life. So, these success stories that I shared with you, that I've learned from my family, are just snapshots and sneak peeks on how these guiding principles can uplift and transform the lives of people around us. Combined with the values that you have learned here at Colegio de Porta VAGA, I am certain that as full-fledged graduates and products of this fine institution, you will go on to be influential and instrumental in the collective benefit of the Filipino people, whichever sector and whatever fields of work you will be entering. The possibilities are endless. Just remember to know and to believe in the people around you, to work smart and wisely, to build on traditional solutions, and to continue redefining and educating. Be driven by compassion, by excellence, and by creativity, and you will sustain the legacy of your alma mater as a guiding light to the rest of society. Once again, I congratulate each graduate sitting before me today, as well as the parents, guardians, loved ones, and mentors who supported and will continue supporting them in their respective journeys. This is a success and a step forward not only for you as individuals, and not only for this institution, but also for the rest of the country. And don't forget, today is your graduation night. Tomorrow, you begin life in the workforce, but please enjoy yourselves. You deserve it. Thank you very much for having me.